Bonavista is a town on the Bonavista Peninsula, Newfoundland in the Canadian province of Newfoundland and Labrador. Unlike many Newfoundland coastal settlements, Bonavista was built on an open plain, not in a steep cove, and thus had room to expand to its current area of 31.5 square kilometres. History. Giovanni Caboto, a freelance Venetian explorer, was contracted by England's Henry VII to find new lands and a sea route to the Orient. Cabot set sail from Bristol, England in his ship the Matthew in 1497. When Cabot first saw land, he's reputed to have said "Obu on Vista," giving rise to the name of the town, and nearby Cape Bonavista. Cabot landed with a crucifix and raised banners with the arms of the Holy Father and those of the King of England. The land was inhabited, as the expedition found a trail leading inland, a site where a fire had been, and a stick half a yard long pierced at both ends, carved and painted with Brazil. The harbour was not ideal, eventually requiring the construction of several breakwaters. Despite this, Bonavista became one of the most important towns in Newfoundland due to its proximity to the rich fishing and sealing grounds to the north of the peninsula. The Spanish, Portuguese, French and English fished off Cape Bonavista during the 16th century, but the Spanish and Portuguese presence soon declined, leaving the French and English as the dominant powers. Tension between the French and English sometimes resulted in military action, including an unsuccessful attempt in 1704 by the French to burn the town. The French shore, which had Bonavista as its eastern terminus, was established by the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713. Fishing rights in the area continued to be a source of tension between the French and English. Bonavista was a major commercial centre, and the evidence for this is preserved at the Rhine premises, a National Historic Site maintained by Parks Canada. It is a restored example of a large fish merchant's operation. Bonavista's status was further enhanced by the development of the Fishermen's Protective Union in the early 20th century, and the creation of nearby Port Union. During the peak years of 1891 to 1901, the Bonavista Peninsula's population of about 20,000 was centered in Bonavista. The Bonavista Cold Storage Co. fish plant, now Fishery Products International Operation, became the center of fishery production after the decline of salt fish markets. In 1722, the first school in Newfoundland was built in Bonavista by Rev. Henry Jones. Nissan television commercial. In 2006, the automobile company Nissan developed a new SUV named Nissan X-Trail Bonavista Edition, which was supposedly inspired by the beauty of Newfoundland and named after the historical town. However, the commercial itself backfired when Bonavista Mayor Betty Fitzgerald claimed it had portrayed people in Bonavista as people who cannot speak properly. To further expose the commercial's lack of linguistic authenticity, CBC News reported the sales Wahidra was played by an actor from Cape Breton Island. The commercial was parodied by a local car dealer in St. John's, Newfoundland, in a radio ad that takes shots at Ontario marketing companies and premiered Alton McGuinty's nondescript personality. Demographics. According to the 2006 census, population in 2011 to 3,589. Population in 2006 to 3,764. Population in 2001 to 4,021. Population in 1996 to 4,526. Population in 1991 to 4,597. 2001 to 2006 population change -6.4%. 1996 to 2001 population change -11.2%. Total private dwellings 1,648. Population density per 119.6 square kilometers. Land area 31.50 square kilometers. Climate. Bonavista is the windiest place in Canada with an average wind speed of 32.6 kilometers per hour. Attractions. The Ryan Premises, the Matthew Replica, the Mock Beggar Plantation, the Dungeon, White Rock Murals, Bonavista Lighthouse, Bonavista Archives, Cabot Stadium, puffins, whales, and icebergs. Notable people: Adam Pardee, National Hockey League player; Michael Ryder, National Hockey League player;